There's no better time to find out what Mazda can offer you than right now. Get 0.9% financing for 60 months on the new 24 Mazda CX-50, named an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Award winner. Save thousands on your new Mazda right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
Live, local, now. Welcome to 702, 703 in 3 seconds.
Well, yours right on. It's like you control the clock.
I like to think I do, and then I'm running late, and then
Can you pause it for a little? Can you speed it up?
I sure would like to.
Like noon, like
that would be
lunchtime?
nice. Fast forward us ahead to the weekend.
What's that movie? Adam said, "Click." Thank you. Adam Sandler with the
Steve,
remote.
It's literally
yes.
just we're on the same because I was running through my head.
Yeah.
Look,
Very
Adam
nice,
Sandler
Steve.
is back in the day. Adam Sandler come on and be like, "Hey, he's not funny. He's not funny. He's not a good actor." He's having like I wouldn't even call it a renaissance. I think people now are more appreciative of the. I don't know why I'm talking about this. He's more appreciative of the films from back in the day.
An Adam Sandler stand.
I mean, and Click was just good to begin with.
It was, you know, there's supposed to be a Happy Gilmore 2.
I heard that.
So
now, can he look? He's a little bit older. Can he still, you think, get the run up to this? You know,
he's got to at least try.
Hurts a little.
Well,
we've got,
he's aged some.
The Bob Barker scene was so classic. What do you do with that? You know,
you want to say the words? Wait, look, it's the plus.
Right,
I don't think the FCC is just cursing. I think
Why are you trying to get me fired on a Wednesday morning?
It's such a good line.
I know,
too.
we're only halfway. Maybe Friday. We'll see. We'll see.
Is it golf and weather, man? I don't know. It's warm out there.
Yeah, it's probably early tea time kind of weather, you know, if you can, over the next really through the summer, right? But live look outside right now, Sky 9 camera showing pretty good deck of high clouds that's moved in early this morning, a little bit of sunlight breaking through. It's kind of typically warm right now. Baton Rouge 73, New Road 72, Gonzales 74, Macomb, Bogalusa actually in the upper 60s, checking in at 69 degrees. Overall, today's weather pretty similar to what we saw yesterday. We got a good amount of cloud cover right now. We'll call it partly cloudy, though, through the course of the day. Temperatures into the upper 80s at noon, mainly dry through the morning, and a high of 93 this afternoon. Not shown here, 93, slim rain chance. Let's give you a look at those rain prospects going forward. So as we advance this from now to lunchtime, you can see largely any showers and storms mostly focus right along the immediate coast. We advance it to 3 o'clock, and a few of those try to build slightly northward. We have a weak old frontal boundaries along the coast, and that's why most of the activity is going to stay down that way. Late afternoon, hints of 1 or 2 trying to build inland, but for those of us near and north of the interstates, rain chances are quite minimal. A little better chance, though, if you're along the coast, much like what we saw yesterday. We are still keeping an eye on a lot of tropical moisture down to our south. Now, over the next few days, a high pressure dome is going to build in from the west. That'll actually mean even hotter weather and mainly dry conditions. But you can see this elongated area from the eastern Pacific across Mexico into the southeastern Gulf, across South Florida, into the western Atlantic. Heavy rain in South Florida. Little disturbance near the Florida Peninsula. And we're also going to keep an eye on this blob that you see kind of down around Mexico right now. In fact, we just got the new tropical weather outlook from the National Hurricane Center. And not only are they still kind of highlighting this area that's now over the Florida Peninsula for maybe a low-end development chance as it moves into the western Atlantic, they're now spotlighting kind of the southwestern Gulf with time, a 20% chance. Now, I'll tell you, some of the models are fairly bullish on development on down the road a little bit, but also tend to keep whatever comes of this south and southwest of us. But a reminder, hurricane season is here, and so we're just going to be talking about that sort of stuff more and more in the weeks and months ahead. Now, the next several days should be dry, but in the days ahead, boy, you guys are wrapping me early, aren't you? 1 to 3 inches of rain near and north. Johnny, you got the controls.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
1 to 3 inches of rain near and north of the interstates. 3 to 5 south I-10. That's what the Weather Prediction Center is showing right now. Still some uncertainty, but better rain chances arriving Sunday into next week. That'll give us some relief from the heat, but watch out Friday and Saturday with highs in the upper 90s. Now, 7:07. Johnny, have at it.
He trained under Diane Deaton. You can absolutely tell on that one. All right, serious, need your attention. All right, if you're in the area of Donaldsonville, Highway 70, this is I-10. Here's Highway 22. This is Highway 70. That's the Sunshine Bridge. right over here, over the railroad tracks. Highway 70 is completely closed at, I think it's called Bruley Martin Road or Marion Road. If you're in this area, you're going to take Highway 3127, Highway 308 in and around the Donaldsonville area. If you come across the railroad tracks right there, got Chef John Folse's factory is right there, kind of for a point of reference. And both directions of Highway 70 completely closed. That's in Assumption Parish, and Assumption Parish Sheriff telling us this is a crash with serious injuries, head-on collisions, little two-lane road there, or two-lane stretch of Highway 70. So please be aware that Highway 70 closed in Assumption Parish. We'll update you as we get information. 7:08, information on what you might have missed during 9 News this morning, coming up next with Matt Williams and Liz Coe. Stay with us.
.09 your time right now. Welcome back to it, everybody. Getting you going with a few things we're following for you today. Summertime is hit, right? It'll soon be summer or school again. East Baton Rouge school system still needs a superintendent. Apparently, 17 people have applied.
So let's walk you through that timeline. Monday was a deadline to turn in those applications, and yesterday the school board poured through some of those, releasing the applications and the applicants. You're looking at the website for the school board. This is where you can typically find the meeting times, the agenda. There, you're seeing all of the applications, 17 different ones, as Matt had listed out there. If you'd like to take a thorough research and see who's applying for the job, what their qualifications are, go ahead and take a look right now, and then we'll let you know when those next school board meetings so you can be in the know.
Absolutely. Speaking of in the know, there are 3 right now shooting investigations for BRPD. Now, 2 of them are very recent, as in like yesterday. 1 goes back a full year. We'll get to that one in a second. But one of these shooting investigations, the more recent ones, deadly. A 17-year-old killed on Dalton Street. That's where this is.
So this is the video from the scene just yesterday. We're told that teenager was shot and killed Tuesday afternoon. This is about 4:20 in the afternoon there. You can see Hiller Moore, the district attorney, also making his way to the scene. Now, we're told the victim, it's 17-year-old Tyree Stewart. He was actually taken to the hospital in critical condition, but eventually died there as a result of his injuries. Now, the chief tells us the victim was shot in the head. So you have that investigation, but they really need tips from the community. If you saw something, Matt, you saw that it's daytime. If you happen to see something, go ahead and call in those tips to Crime Stoppers. But Matt, to your point, there's another investigation that just happened there. This one happening in the nighttime hours, but this one not deadly.
No, actually, the victim here, we're told, drove himself to the hospital. Okay, you know where the Sherwood Acres apartments are? It's a massive apartment complex, north side of Coursey. And so it's kind of in between Jones Creek and Sherwood Forest, those major streets. That's where this is. Now, what exactly led up to the shooting, that's still being worked out. Investigators would certainly like a little bit of information from you if you've got any. But again, expect it to be okay. The victim here will get you in the know. Now, mention the other shooting. This is that 3rd shooting, but look at the date here. This one is deadly. Enos Abraham, going back to 2023, is the person shot and killed here, but still no arrest made.
That's why investigators want to bring this to the top of your radar here to see if you can recall anything that can help them out. This was that shooting there in May of 2023 off of Main Street in Baton Rouge. There was also a second victim in this shooting, right? But they were taken to the hospital. They were fine, checked out after being monitored there. But they would really like to know who may be involved in this shooting. Any vehicle description, anything in your mind that can recall, that could help maybe jog your memory, that could help detectives out. Call in those tips to Crime Stoppers. I know it was more than a year ago, but they sure could use any leads.
Well, sometimes, you know, as a little removal from that time tends to free up some folks, you know, that kind of a thing. And so you make that phone call. Speaking of time, okay, timeline for fixing the Gross Tate Bridge. We're looking at 6 months now, Liz. They're thinking, so there are things in place now to make sure that people can actually get across that little body of water.
Yeah, cautiously optimistic is what they're saying. So you can see here, you're looking at photos from a meeting between Iberville Parish leaders, the U.S. Coast Guard, and Department of Transportation and Development. Well, they say now that time frame is between 3 to 6 months here, but they're still keeping an eye on it, assessing exactly what needs to be done here. They're still working on that pedestrian walkway, but U.S. Coast Guard and DOTD both say they're concerned about installing that pedestrian ferry because it's never been done at this site before. But parish workers say they're still making progress towards making that happen here. The goal is still to have that ferry in motion by the end of this week. So we'll see how that timeline plays out. We'll see how that timeline for the bridge pans out. But you got some people who are isolated on that side, who businesses, people who can't get through.
Critical link.
It's really hurting them.
It's a critical link. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of critical, the need for blood, always critical.
Yeah.
There's actually a blood drive going on that you could be a part of. It's actually happening at Baton Rouge Police Department headquarters. It's going on today. You got a couple-hour window, 1:30 to 3:30. You could win some stuff.
Yeah, not only will you actually get a $10 gift card, you will be entered to win one of five $5,000 gift cards. So that's just the lanyard, right? You're saving lives here.
Course, yes,
As
absolutely.
Steve mentioned this earlier, 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives. Please go ahead and donate there, right there at BRPD headquarters. Another opportunity that we want to tell you about, an opportunity to weigh in, to hear what the city of Baton Rouge is planning. EBR Metro Council hosting a meeting tonight, a council meeting. They're going to go over a number of things, including that economic outlook for the current year for possibly a new substation for the sheriff's office.
That River Center project update, everybody's been talking about what's going to actually happen down there. So again, that's going on at 4 o'clock. But what's going on in the world of weather? We always want to bring up, of course, Steve, at the back end of this to kind of get you ready for what's to come. Another warm day out there, my man.
Yeah, nothing crazy unusual, 93 for a high. Most of the rain stays along the coast. It is going to get a little more dangerously hot, though, late this week. 98 for a high Friday and Saturday.
Yikes.
Watch out for that. But the good news is it shouldn't stay that hot for that long. Sunday into next week, better rain chances as we get some moisture moving in from the Gulf.
You know what that means? More mushrooms on your lawn.
Oh, no. You can keep an eye on those. The more conversations I have, the more people are seeing them. Good luck.
If you're ready for a do-it-all vehicle with smooth handling and smart interior styling, look no further than the new 2024 Honda CR-V. Once again named a Car and Driver's 10 Best Trucks and SUV list. Come save on your new CR-V right now at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.